and he just hammers it the entire time. And that sort of lost its effect on me. But when I was like fucking, what would 7th grade have been? Like 12?
Yeah.
I was like 12, you know. Jim Gaffigan was hilarious.
Yeah, absolutely. And to people who are 2 beers deep, incredible.
Oh, yeah.
He's the funniest guy on the planet.
That's true.
Oh my god, this guy's a fucking
I still
genius.
laugh at Jim Gaffigan.
Which one is Jim Gaffigan?
He's the middle-aged, fat white guy.
Yeah, he's like, all of his jokes are like,
All of his jokes are food-related.
I'm a fat retard.
Oh,
So,
like
you
he's
know.
blonde.
Yeah,
like-
yeah. His other
like
jokes
a-
are that he's Hitler's wet dream.
Yeah.
Mhm. It's like, so I'm a fat retard, and I know what you're thinking right now. Why is he saying mean things about himself? It's because you're thinking it. You're thinking that my Funko Pop collection is too big.
See, I'm laughing at it. I'm laughing at Jim Gaffigan right now. It still works.
Yeah.
It's a bit. I don't know. I'm really bad at, like, I've been doing a lot of streaming lately, and it's made me realize just how much of the time, like, even though I am aware that I'm actively trying to entertain, that I'm just completely silent. Like, I can't even think of anything to say.
I feel like there's more of a pressure when you know that a stream is going on, when you know that you are supposed to be filling in these white spaces with something
very
entertaining.
interesting though, because like a stream, it's like, okay, so here's an 8-hour period. I need to fill every single ounce of this with entertainment, or at least have like kind of peaks and valleys, you know, and like, you know, when I'm not speaking, there has to be something going on in the game, and then it's like for comedy. Like, starting out, it's like, okay, you have 3 minutes. Don't fuck this up. Don't fuck it up.
I think it's easier when you have, like,
And
actual
time,
people
that's
in your
good.
chat as well,
Yes.
to, like, kind of
And
feed and bounce off
interactive,
of.
yeah. It's like if I wouldn't want to try to just start like a podcast just myself, like, because I almost did that for my English class. It was like we had a multimodal presentation. It was like you could choose some sort of a medium to describe everything. And one of the things was a podcast, and I was like, well, I don't want to do this. I wanted to do the podcast because I love the idea of being a podcaster, but I didn't want to either, sit there and just say my own shit, like talk to myself for a longest time, and then present that. I felt like that'd be dumb, and it'd be hard for me to do. It would be easy if I had like another person I could just back and forth sort of segue shit, but he wanted it to be a scripted, very rigid structure, and I'm like, that's not really a podcast, dude. So
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just
most
not gonna do that.
podcasts are kind of this rigid structure where they're like, you know.
Yeah, but that's bullshit. I want a podcast where we just go free.
Well,
podcasts.
Yeah, that's the reason I had you and Alex do the Ambition podcast with me, is because I knew, like, I could have definitely talked, like, the amount of time I needed to, but it would have been way less interesting. I think, like, the best format for a podcast is kind of like having a topic or, like, a vague direction to take it in and then going there.
We tried. Shane, Sam, Cody, and I think it was. This was a while back, probably like a year ago or more. I don't know. We tried to do a podcast. Everyone felt pretty bad. Everyone else felt pretty bad about it after, mostly Shane.
Yeah, everyone that
They didn't even want to listen to it and see if it was any good.
Really?
I felt like it wasn't bad though. I felt like it was pretty
still
good.
haven't listened to the ones
you
I've put
know,
on Dropbox of me just randomly recording us in the Discord.
Like Shane was just like, nope, it's bad. I already know it's bad. I don't want to hear it. I don't want. I get rid of that. Just don't.
I heard varying levels of satisfaction about this on the subject. Look at you. You sick fuck.
You sick bastard.
Is this on Twitch?
No, it's just on OBS.
I noticed
knew
you
he
setting
was
up the
upset.
mic. As soon as you started setting up the mic, I was like, okay, well, why is he doing that?
It's so much easier when I just have to look
didn't
at
even
one
notice the
audio
microphone.
source.
I just saw him going.
I did this so I didn't have to look at all the light in my eyes.
But you know.
I knew it was happening. That's why I put on my podcast voice, you know.
Oh yeah. You have to sound very distinguished. You know,
Oh, my
you have to be
goodness.
like,
Oh, I do declare.
This is a rather yummy chocolate bar.
No, yes, yeah.
I'm making such intelligent takes right now.
See, once I started going on like that stream, you know, of like, you know, this is the situation that I had with the podcast, and this is what I wanted to do, and blah blah blah. That whole story, I was given a very straight, streamlined conversation, like what I'm doing right now, where I just say it in a very, you know, pretty solid tempo, rhythmic manner, and because I looked over and I saw a green light microphone, and I was like, the show is on.
Apparently, this is like my biggest fault with starting to stream and everything. Is Miles started listening to one of my streams, and by the time I had finished a sentence, that sentence started over again, like on the stream. So I was just talking so long, like just the way I talk. Apparently, like it doesn't sound long to me, but apparently it is. It's like a weird southern longness.
What do you mean? Like
So-
just the way you enunciate words?
Yeah. So like I say something for so much time that the delay on the stream would catch up to the beginning of my sentence by the time I was done with the sentence.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's I don't know. It's something with people on the coastal parts of the country speak a lot faster, and it freaks me out.
See, notice I asked about it, you know, in an attempt to get a clear definition from the audience of what you were describing, you know, for any of those who are unclear on the subject.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I think that's mainly due, like, if you look up, like, the language shit, there's, like German people speak really slow, you know, they could say something that takes 6 to 7 syllables, where an Italian person, it would take them 11 or 12 syllables. But they'll both get out the same amount of information at the same time, because the Italian person will speak a lot faster than the German person will, because the German language gets more information from less syllables than the Italian language does. So, like, I felt like that was a very interesting thing, and I think it's probably from, like, just the speed that you can think of something, you know, like, if I am, because it's the same amount of ideas that I'm processing, but from various amounts of speech that I have to use to communicate it.
You know what I think it is?
I think it's also how much thought you have to put into it.
Yeah, that's what I was describing.
Yeah.
There's a lot more complex emotion in the Italian language. You know, there are these lovey-dovey people. Germans just, you know, anger, you know, shouting, anger, shouting, anger.
I think you're doing a racism right now. That's what I think.
You know me.
All right, let's pull up the
So,
Germany versus Italy diplomacy.
The calipers.
Italy
you know,
is
are being broken out.
Italians just get more of a mouth workout. You know, they got stronger jaws.
We've done a lot of Germany-Italian games and various things. We did the web diplomacies. You know, we did
Civs,
the Civs, Hearts of Irons.
It's because I think it you know, accurately describes our relationship in many ways. I think it's you know, because given the opportunity, you would slit my throat, you know, and subjugate me.
Backstab and poison.
But as long as I'm useful to you, you know,
As long as I give you funny moments.
then you allow me to exist in this space.
Yeah, of course, the court jester. You know.
Oh my gosh. Man, I want to live in a gamer house so bad. Because, like, I think our dynamic would be pretty cool and funny. Better than the Big Bang Theory dynamic.
Better than that's
a red flag. That's a red flag.
The Big Bang.
Don't even compare us to that.
I like the idea of us being compared to the Big Bang Theory
Yeah.
because they're just a group of people that hate each other.
Yeah.
It's just like,
I mean, we all know. Okay, so Alex is
You would-
Sheldon.
You would be Leonard.
what do you mean I would be Leonard?
Because
I
you're
get
like
bitches?
the only girl who, you're the only guy
I
who
get
gets any
bitches.
girls.
I love the idea of Leonard being the playa of the group.
yeah,
Because
that
Howard
is-
is supposed to be like the resident perv, but yeah, Leonard's the only one who actually gets anything, at least for like the start of
Yeah.
the series.
And then, you know, eventually it gets into, you know...
They add in the two people, the brunette and the blonde.
Yeah, the blonde one is very funny because that's a caricature of a certain person that we know. You know.
The
Wait, what? The blonde? You mean like Howard's wife or whatever?
Yeah.
Caricature of a certain person.
the brunette one does a
Ew.
lot more.
A certain
Shows and
sexy
stuff.
lady that shall remain unnamed.
Wait,
It's
she had a thing
unimportant.
with her. She had a thing with her voice, right?
No, it doesn't matter. Let's go on.
I don't
No,
know who
no, no,
you're
no,
trying
no,
to
no, I wanna
compare
know. I
her to
wanna
because
know
she's
who
not
you're
actually
comparing her
that
to.
attractive.
I don't know what that means.
The
Every woman
blonde
is
one
beautiful.
is not that.
Every woman is gorgeous in her own way.
Are you saying that
Are you
some
telling
women
me-
aren't queens? Are you trying to
here's
sit
the
here
thing,
and tell
Nathan,
me?
that you don't understand is that, these magazine companies, these makeup companies,
Mhm.
they come out and they try and tell you, no, you're not beautiful. You're not beautiful. You're disgusting.
Mhm.
Maybe if we put a little foundation on you, you'd be beautiful. Maybe if we, I don't know,
Makeup.
maybe a little more than a foundation. Oh, baby, you need to shape up.
Is
know.
foundation the only makeup you can get?
No, you get your eyeliner, you get your
Eyeliner,
blush, you get the whole
lipstick,
thing
yeah.
going. And then you're able to, not look like a bridge troll in the eyes of these capitalist
I don't know.
scum.
A certain someone we know might like bridge troll.
I don't know any bridge troll lovers on this planet.
Vince has a whole thing for.
Oh yeah, that's true. Vincent wants to fuck a troll.
Wait,
or
what?
A goblin. He
Uh,
was like, I want that goblussy.
God bless you.
Can I get that goblussy?
Hell yeah,
Oh,
brother.
God.
Mhm.
That's hilarious.
But
No, I'm into those sussy
dark elves.
dark elf ladies.
Yes.
Yeah. I was about to say that,
Yeah. Because
the
it's like
Spider Queen,
the
like.
equivalent of Indian women.
Oh, I was thinking more goth, but
Interesting.
Oh,
I think.
yeah.
Well, I mean, Morrowind. It's clearly an Indian thing.
Is it?
I could
It
go.
is, yeah.
For,
I've never played Morrowind.
Morrowind rules. It's literally the best game on the planet because it's about India and their anti-white racism primarily.
Indian women are hot. That's
They
true.
are. It's true.
Well.
because every woman is beautiful.
I could
Okay,
marry,
I won't continue with what I was saying then, we'll leave it at that one.
I could marry a girl who's at like a 4.5 if she's goth.
4.5.
The goth,
that's your
goth
call.
is like a 5
know
point
if you can really-
modifier.
I never settle, baby. Only go for that 10. 11.
Never settle.
Never settle. Never settle.
But
I would never marry a woman who I thought was below an 11.
interesting.
See, because
You
IQ
gotta come
up
in
top.
with 110%. You see, to give it 110%, you need to have drive. You need to have power. You need to have strength and a
It's
total
true, it's
disregard
true.
for math. That's the
a
Yeah,
total
okay.
disregard for math.
So
Those,
there's like a
those
Hollywood
stand-up,
celebrity that's
tutorial
supposed to. There's a celebrity trying to
I
do
don't
like a
remember
whole
that.
thing.
See,
against
I would
that.
definitely date a girl who's like a 6 or higher, but I wouldn't marry her unless she was an 11. That's all I'm saying. And 11 is not just encompassing the body, It encompasses her whole being, her
Yeah.
very essence.
I mean-
Woman, not a dirty whore, bitch, slut. A lovely, nice, sassy lady, not a.
Oh wow! I see how it is. You hate women and want them all to die.
California left.
No, I hate dirty whore, slut, bitches.
I like. You guys should have been in AP English. That shit ruled. We read Frankenstein. That book is awesome because it's like, he creates this monster and it's like it goes and fucks around and he's like, damn, it's a demon. And then the monster's like, hey, I want you to make me a bitch. And Frankenstein's like, okay, I'll do that. And then
That's not how it happens, is it?
yeah, and Frankenstein makes
He's the modern Prometheus.
he makes the bitch, and then he looks into it, and he goes, this is a bad idea. This is definitely, I made the mistake the first time. I did not learn from it. I definitely did not learn from it. And then he, tears it apart, and he, just chops it up, and he's like, fuck you. And then the monster comes back, and he's like, I'm gonna kill your entire family. I'm gonna kill all of them. And you know, that rules. I love that. I absolutely.
What was
love
the
that.
point you're trying to get?
What was the
with
point
this?
I was trying to go for? You can't make the perfect woman.
You gotta find the perfect
You
woman.
gotta find
You gotta
the
go out
perfect
there.
woman.
You gotta go out there hustling every day. Every day you're on that grind set. You know. You get in there. You give it your all. We're talking NFL level styles of fucking
Styles. Harry Styles.
levels of fucking what's scouting.
Scouting.
What is the like comedic Frankenstein movie?
Young Frankenstein.
Young Frankenstein. I really like
Frankenstein.
that one.
I started that movie and
Great
then
movie.
never actually continued
Oh,
it.
I like
we
it.
gotta. Is it on like we could watch?
It was
that
on
tonight.
Netflix when I checked it out, but yeah, Mel Brooks rules.
Yeah, it's got some good
I've never
comedy.
seen Mel Brooks and been like, oh, that was bad.
And it's like an older movie, so he was way back in the day.
Yeah,
It is pretty old.
this shit was goated.
1974.
Spaceballs,
Where can
one
I
of the
watch
greatest
it?
films ever made.
I still have never watched Spaceballs.
You've never watched Spaceballs?
You've never watched? Oh,
That's baffling. Spaceballs was like I watched it like over and over and over again as a kid.
I bet
It was
you've
like-
never watched Willy's
like Shane
Wonderland
now,
either.
you know, where he finds a movie and he just keeps watching it.
Because like every kid is like, oh, this is a good thing. I want to see it a million times.
That's true, yeah.
And it
We can
rules.
watch it with my mother's Prime subscription.
Oh damn.
Damn.
I would never support Amazon with a Prime subscription.
Amazon sucks. Tesla's the way to go.
Okay, first of
Amazon
all.
is trash. SpaceX forever.
Oh my
Amazon
God.
is stupid. I'm a Twitter bro. Amazon's bad.
I'm a Twitter Elon Musk supporter.
The boring company forever.
I want the epic bacon emperor
Amazon-
of Mars forever.
Amazon's the worst. Neuralink's where it's at.
Are you a student? Click here to start your 6-month trial.
Did you see that? There was a a Tesla that was like on autopilot, and it went into like a fucking airfield and hit a plane.
Awesome.
Because this guy was like at a fucking some fucking like model plane thing, like show,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like this $3 million plane, and just car just like fucking. Like 10 miles an hour just scoots into it and like spins it around. And
That's so sick.
it was like, yeah, buy our car. It'll fuck up somebody's plane.
And that'll be funny.
It'll fuck up somebody's.
Buy our car. It'll ruin somebody's day on the internet. You know? And then maybe one day it'll kill several pedestrians because you wanted to read a fucking berserk while driving.
In Detroit Become Human, like how they did self-driving cars, is that like just nobody has a car that is not a self-driving car. So they all just kind of follow, like it's basically just a train, but you got your own car.
Yeah, but that seems stupid. I don't like that. I think that's stupid and bad.
I think it's funny. I think
it's funny.
I think that's the most feasible way it could work. Instead
Yeah.
of like trying to work around
and
like
it should not be that way.
everyone, like it should be able to avoid someone like doing
Personally,
their own
I
driving.
think the streets are for walking. That's what I think.
We made these machines to stop using our legs when we spent billions of years evolving these legs.
Yeah, I mean, we trust me. We need feet.
We need, you know what we need? We
Feet
need-
are crucial to our survival.
We need to restructure our cities to around horse travel. I think that's
That's
pretty
good.
much
Yeah, I agree.
the way to go about it. And then like
thigh action.
every like quarter mile or so, there's a stable where you can like borrow a horse for the day, and you can like ride out.
Well, I want my own horse.
Well, yeah, you can get your own horse, and the stables have an area for horses that you can rent out, and you can put them in.
Are they taxi horses? Are they all yellow?
I like the idea. It's like
a special breed.
I want them all to have names, like plates. Yeah, like fucking.
Yes. They will all have little plates and bags for their shit.
We could implant them with some RFID technology to track them, and you could track your mileage on the horse.
I want a QR code tattooed on my horse,
or you could just that would totally work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, this is an
but
incredible
the
business
would fade,
plan.
I guess.
I bet there's
It's
somewhere in
the
the
Auschwitz
middle.
survivors. They came out and they have the faded tattoos.
I bet
Or
there's
they're
somewhere
liars.
mid-America.
I think they're liars. Yeah. Hey, Scoob.
Oh my god.
What's that? Elie Wiesel?
Yes.
That fucking. I hate that book.
That book isn't it a huge debate on whether or not he was actually
there is there's some internet debate from weirdos.
Is it just an incel?
It's
sort
just
of?
it's just
a
an
Sam
incel
kind of
thing.
debate.
Yeah, it's but it's funny to say that he wasn't in the Holocaust because his book sucked.
Mm-hmm.
But he was
I didn't
probably
think it
in
was
the Holocaust.
that bad. It was just a sort of
It really pissed me off that I had to read it. I don't even know.
What about it did you not like?
What about it did I not like? I just didn't like any part of
it.
it.
Just didn't vibe with
I don't really
his whole
remember
story.
any part of it that I liked.
I think I remember us having this discussion before,
yes.
and it was you just felt that he kind of wasted the opportunity to actually make a better lesson out of it.
I think it's very funny.
Gee, Scoop, can you believe they killed 6 million people in these camps? Rick, really? I don't know about that, Shaggy. Those ovens look pretty small. Something's fishy.
Oh my god.
I do like the idea that Velma is a Nazi. I think that adds a funny layer of dynamics to the group that wasn't there before. And maybe it's something that should be explored in future Scooby arcs.
Is Scooby-Doo still going as a...
in various forms.
I imagine it is.
There was they did a movie in 2020 and they had they started a brand new Cartoon Network show that got shut down after half a season or something because everybody fucking hated it. Well, everybody hated it before it even started because the art style looked like shit.
Yeah, that is a thing that they do sometimes with Scooby-Doo.
The series premiered on October 5th, 2015. That must be one of the mid-tier ones. It definitely started before that. Along the way, they run into monsters and mayhem. The series premiered on October 5th, 2015 on Cartoon Network and concluded in 2018. So that has to be it has to be the new... No. Yeah, okay, yeah. The older one was 1969 through... The older one was only a year?
Most of those Hanna-Barbera cartoons ran for 3 months and then got shut down, and then she made a new character and she was like, this one will be the one! And then it's okay, well, Yogi Bear went for a day and a week and we're on to the next one.
Yeah.
And then they just rerun the same episodes over and over and over again. And since they're made for little kids, they don't even realize they've been watching the same episode 7 times in a row.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, you can only put so many small town businessmen out of business before it's there are none.
Velma does kind of look like she could be a Nazi though.
Velma could be. She loves Harry Potter.
How she's standing there.
Yeah, she's she walks around like this, and she's there's I am und Hufflepuff.
Und Hufflepuff.
Oh, don't diss Hufflepuffs, man.
No, she's just a quirky, she's quirked up. She was in charge of their occult research, and she found Hogwarts, and she infiltrated the school. She's part of the SS division that infiltrated Hogwarts, which
Oh yeah, isn't that like the new Harry Potter shit? Is that there's like fucking it's World War
I like
II.
yeah. That's the plot of the new Harry Potter is that like the wizards want to stop not fucking the Holocaust. And then
What?
like
No, the bad guy
wants to stop
yeah.
the Holocaust and
That can't be the thing.
no,
It
then
is.
the wizards are
Is
like
it really?
we can't do that. And it's like I love
We can't stop the
I
Holocaust.
love
What?
the Harry Potter. It's
The
so,
bad guys are.
The bad guy is trying to
Grindelwald
stop
wants to
the
stop the
is
Holocaust.
trying to stop the Holocaust. The good guys are trying to keep
Like
the
a
Holocaust
Holocaust against like
because
no,
normal
the
blood?
actual
Yes, the
Holocaust.
Holocaust.
Oh,
the
the
Holocaust.
in World War II.
I thought you were just saying.
But the good guys,
Okay.
they don't want to. They don't want to intervene with like Moogle fucking what's the word?
Muggles. I love that. They don't want to fuck around with the Persians.
Muggle bloods?
The Muggles.
Yeah.
They don't. But
The
Muggles is
Muggles.
such a better. I like that. That's very
Rebranded.
good. It's like, fuck these timorous fucks. These timorous freaks.
That's the best nation in the game, baby.
Uh huh.
They should have the Moogles to Civ.
I don't think. I think that.
And Dithmar Skin.
I'm sick of the guys that make Civ. Fuck those guys. We should make a 4X game.
I agree.
I think we could make
I
a
think
much better
maybe
one.
if I played EU4, I'd be more satisfied. But maybe EU4 is the
EU4
type
is
of
a
game
lot
I
less
need to
broken
play.
of a game, I'll tell you that.
I guess.
Civ is
It
not...
does seem like you
Civ
struggle
is
with
inherently
EU4 more.
not balanced. It's fun. It's very fun. But it's not balanced. That's just the way it works. EU4... I mean, I guess it's also not balanced, but like not in the same way. Like
yeah, it's just like random chance, most of it, and then it's just
that's
like,
not true at all, dude. I always succeed in that game.
well, yeah, you always succeed. It's like it's impossible to not succeed, I guess, most of the time. But every time you don't succeed, it's because of a random fucking event. It's like, oh, the
I do
Ottomans
like the
declared war on me
randomness of
too
it.
early. Well, that sucks.
There's a lot of risk
Back
and
to the
reward
drawing
involved
board.
in EU4, but it is a very controllable game. You're in
It's like-
control of a lot of shit.
There's
I just
definitely
had,
an end
I had that,
condition
It's
to
not
it.
broken.
I had that custom nation game where I was in Texas, expanded very rapidly, had like 30 tiles or something. And every single country that bordered me declared war on me at the same time. And it's like, okay, well, I have a much larger military than any of you. But all of you combined, that was, I'll just say that's a rough one. That is, frankly, not awesome. That'll do it. And
There's no real way to like win the game though, right? Because there's not like a
You
win
can, I
condition.
guess, technically. So there's like
You,
first
you
of all
say
they
this
have.
every time I bring it up, but it's like
Okay, first of all, you can conquer the world. It is possible. It's difficult. It is possible. Not gonna happen, especially not in a multiplayer game.
Mhm.
We don't even usually get very far in a multiplayer game.
mhm.
Before Chance's entire nation collapses.
So, like,
my entire nation collapsed.
Austria was pretty rough, dude.
That was rough. That was in the first 10 years, though. Like, you know,
That was in the first 10 years.
when see, that's the random chance thing. It's like
That was
okay,
random chance. That was not your fault. There are a lot of times. There are a lot of
every
times that I
single
think,
dice roll.
No. Yeah, that's true. There are a lot of times where, one thing goes slightly awry, and then someone gives up. And I don't think that's fair. I don't think, because it is so unreasonable. Like, you can totally fix problems that go awry. A horrible thing happens, you lose, like, something super useful, you can always take it back. Like, it's not a big deal. Chance literally had every single possible bad thing happen to him that possibly could.
It was.
I don't know what the chance of that happening was, but it was like astronomical.
monumentally low, like
Yeah.
less than like 0.1% chance
Mhm.
of a 30-year-old man, 30-year-old king dies. All right, that sucks. Lost the imperial throne. All right. Well, I'll just try and get it back. I'll try and do my thing. Alright. 10-year-old heir dies. Alright, cool. no longer the Habsburg dynasty. Dynasty doesn't exist anymore. Now we're led by Queen Lukovic.
Yeah.
Alright, so... And she cannot be the emperor. So, we're out of the imperial race for like another 40 years. And then Hungary decides, well, I don't really want to, be your PU buddy. And it's like, alright, well, I'll just take the Casus Belli and I'll declare war on you. And it's like, well, don't have any of the benefits of being emperor. None of your buddies want to help you because you're no longer responsible for their entire existence. And I got stack wiped also in a war that Cody declared.
That did happen. Didn't you get stack wiped twice?
I got stack wiped twice.
Yeah.
Because my armies were in 2 tiles next to each other. I moved the one army over to help, and they did not get there in time. And then there was nobody left to help those guys.
Yeah, that was pretty rough. I didn't even know that happened.
I just have
Pretty remarkable.
a problem having fun with games where you just kind of make up your own objective. Like, there's no...
That's what Minecraft is.
Yeah,
That's what
but
Terraria
that's why
is.
we haven't gotten through either of those in so long, is because, like, we just kind of get bored with them.
I guess, but I mean, like, I feel like it's a lot more tangible to set goals in EU4 than it's like if you're playing Civ, right? And you're like, okay, we're playing Civ Domination only. And you're like, okay, I want to take, this city-state as soon as I can, And then you start building your military up. You take the city-state. Then you set yourself a new objective. You're like, okay, well, actually, I think I can take on China now. I'm gonna declare war on China, and if I can get at least 1 or 2 cities from China, or at the very least, burn them down, I'll feel pretty good about that. That's progress. That's a good goal for me to set. So you do that, and you fight that war. Maybe you only get 1, and you're like, okay, you know what? That's fine. We can come back to it. We can come back. Maybe you get one of your own cities burned down. You're like, all right, we can recover from this. I'm gonna settle again. I'm gonna start building up a bigger army. I'm gonna make my nation a little bit better. It's very easy to look at the map and say, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to do right now. I'm gonna achieve this goal, and then I'm gonna set myself a new goal.
Yeah.
Same thing with EU4. It's like, all right, I'm playing as fucking some dumbass Irish nation. First goal I want to unite Ireland. So you start taking those little baby boys in Ireland. You slowly but surely you start conquering all that shit. Then you have all of Ireland. At that point, you're like, okay. Now I'm gonna build up a little bit. I'm gonna stabilize my country, make it nice, make it not a shithole. And then I'm going to see if I have an opportunity at some point to attack Scotland. And I'm going to take that. And a lot of EU4 is not just setting goals and achieving them. It's a lot of opportunity. Mm-hmm. It's you wait for... Whenever an opportunity presents itself, which is all the time. There's so many numbers changing that game at all time.
Yeah, you can always know CB Byzantium.
You can always know CB Byzantium. So whenever an opportunity is clear, you just got to... Bam! Hit that. That is where Chance succeeds in EU4. He's very good at taking the opportunities. Mm-hmm. I am more of the mindset of I'm going to make opportunities. I try to fabricate things. I do things. Just I want to get it done. I'm going to push through as hard as it takes. Chance is more of a this is a very open opportunity. I'm going to take this risk right now. Absolutely right. Drop everything I'm doing. Take this one risk, and it's going to pay off monumentally.
Yeah.
Or ruin my entire game.
The fun of it is just kind of like the stimulus of it. Because you just have a lot going on, which kind of makes it fun, and you're just kind of managing everything.
It's a game for autistic people. It's very good if you like to see numbers go up and your colors spread across the map.
And it's kind of like gambling.
I was just talking about Stellaris, dude. Stellaris is goated.
Stellaris is goated. Get a nice Blorg game going.
A Blorg game, yeah.
A Blorg game.
Consider yourself Blorged, dog.
Yeah. I do like me some strategy.
Do you own Stellaris, Nathan?
I don't, but I could buy.